Hello, my TC'ers. I am ready and back to connect with you and to share my journey today. I have been in the middle of my soft launch for my TC Business Accelerator course, teaching everybody that wants to join on how to become a transaction coordinator, how to have like a turnkey business from start to finish, like just to go. So in that, I'm sharing a lot from my YouTube subscribers on my journey. So I thought that maybe I would just take this time to record this short video. Not short, I don't know how long it's going to be. We're just going to go with it. So if you are new to my channel, I am Kayla Marie. I am the owner of Your TC Girl, which is a transaction coordinator agency helping real estate scale and leverage their commission checks, while me, my team and I at Your TC Girl are handling all the back end side of their business. So if you are new to my channel, I highly recommend you hit that subscribe button. I come on here to share lots of content all about transaction coordinating, whether it's the back end of my business, whether it's somehow teaching you, or even just learning the industry of transaction coordinator. And if you love the content, then I really recommend that you hit that little bell so you get notifications every time I post a new video to my channel. So thank you so much for joining. I'm ready to just dive in and tell you all the backstory of how I got started in transaction coordinating. So I hope to not bore you. I hope to provide you with some insight on how maybe you can get started in the transaction coordinator world. So let's dive in. So a little bit of backstory about me is, I'm going to turn my fan off right here. I feel like it's probably picking up some noise. A little backstory about me and my journey as an online entrepreneur. I went through a divorce. I had a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old at the time of my divorce. So it was pretty big struggle for me in my business. Sorry, my husband's calling. I'm going to turn that off. It was a pretty big adjustment for me in my life. I wasn't working, but I knew all along that I wanted to be the stay-at-home mom. Whether that meant I was married or single, I don't know. I wanted to be the stay-at-home mom, just to be able to be there with my kids and just enjoy life with them. Even though I'm pretty sure that they're the reason I have to keep highlighting my hair because they give me stress, right? But that's just kids in general. So I decided to quit my job. As sad as it was cheaper for me because I went back to work after having my kids. Sorry, a little distraction. I went back to work after having my kids and my divorce. And at that time, like I said, my son was 3 months. I worked for probably about 2 years, maybe 2 years after he was born. And I decided that enough was enough. I don't even know if I made it 2 years, but this was not the dream that I lived of having. And as a single mom, yes, I was receiving child support, but let's face it, does child support really help with much? Not really. There's so much more to raising kids. So it was cheaper for me. I made the decision. It was cheaper for me to quit my job, stop paying for daycare, and try to find a way to make money at home. I was going to be able to pocket my child support, put groceries on the table for my kids, but then any money that I made as an online entrepreneur was going to be mine. I was going to be able to keep it and not have to pay child support with it. So that is like a little bit of how I got into the online world, what made me make that jump. But I was not ready to just give up on my dreams of being home with my kids. I am very determined. And when I want something, I'm going to fight for it and I'm going to get it. So between the time of me quitting my job and getting to this point, I have walked through tons of opportunities. And I like to say that if you are open to opportunities, then you're going to go places in life. If you always have a shut door and you're not willing to walk through new things, then you're probably not going to succeed in the online world because things are always changing and you really have to like go with it and be open. And so I would always be praying, Lord, just show me my next step. Show me where I need to go. Show me how I can be the best mom to my kids, but still pay my bills, keep the lights on and put food on the table. So a few things that I have done, which there are plenty, but the main ones is since I went through a divorce, I knew that I wasn't going to let that like determine my life. It wasn't going to make me be the person that I thought that I was going to be. You know, the whole, I'm never going to be able to afford a house. I'm never going to be able to put food on the table all by myself. I'm not going to let it, nobody's going to ever marry me because I have babies. Like all the self thoughts that go through your head once you go through a divorce, whether it's mutual or it's not agreed upon, like it doesn't define who you are as a person. So I jumped in and I started mentoring women on how to create a better life for themselves. Don't dive in and let those negative thoughts take over your head and make you create this life that you don't love. You are in charge of that life, so you get to create the life that you love and that you want to build. So I did that for a little while, but it really got daunting because, and I don't know if that's the right word, because these women just weren't getting it. They were not ready to see the change in their lives. And it just became the whole poor me. And I don't put up with the poor me. I don't let my kids go into the poor me world. I just don't let myself go there. And I was struggling because that's all these women wanted to do. And I couldn't figure out a way to like get them to snap out of it. And if you're not in the positive world mindset and you don't pour in with personal development, you're probably going to stay in that miserable place. So my advice is make sure you're pouring into yourself. Somebody's got to fill your cup. So I did that. Then I did tons of network marketing. I know that I've been at least 6 companies, and every time I'm like, I'm going for it. I'm going to succeed. And I did succeed with one. I was doing well. But then I saw this pretty shiny thing over here and I went to it and I left this one and then I didn't succeed. So I knew that network marketing, you can be successful at network marketing, but it takes a lot of work to be successful in network marketing. So after all of my network marketing journey, I also tried getting started in the virtual assistant world. But I really didn't know my niche, I guess you could say. That's a fancy word for where I wanted to plug in the VA world. The VA world is huge. You can offer, sorry, there's something stuck in my lipstick. You can offer bookkeeping. You can offer social media manager. You can offer, I mean, there's tons of things, just personal assistant. Like there's tons of things you can offer. And I tried offering branding services. I'm very big on your brand. How you show up on social media, whether it's, you know, all your social medias need to be like together. As you can see, here's my logo. This is how I stand. Hot pink, black and white, done. That is who I am. And you'll see that across all my social medias. And I try to like put that into other people so you can stand out online, how you can be a little bit different, but yet on the same side, look professional. Don't show up. If you saw, like, if you would see behind me, I'm in my bedroom. I have my little bitty office. I don't need a huge office for what I do. I am in the corner of my bedroom and I don't make my bed every day. Okay. So you just need to show up and don't have a mess behind you if you're going to show up online. So I was trying to help people with branding. I mean, there was tons of things that I knew how to do. Sales funnels, branding, marketing, email strategies. Like there's tons of things that I know that I have figured out along my entrepreneur journey. And then I was inside of a group one day. I also wanted to become a real estate agent. Imagine that. How many moms out there think, oh, I'm going to become a real estate agent. My friends and families are going to use me. Give me a sec while I take a drink. My friends and family, they're going to use me to sell their house most of the time. Just like network marketing, your friends and family are not the ones that are going to buy from you. So I just knew that there was lots that I wanted to do. I had big goals. I just didn't know how to get there. So I was in a group one day going to visit my husband. I am now married. I got married in October of 2020. 10/10/2020 is our anniversary. So I got married and my husband was the breadwinner. He works on the pipeline industry. So he's always traveling all over Texas. And I would give up every weekend to go see him. And so one, it got expensive because we're living in 2 places. He has our 5th wheel. We pay rent. He has groceries, like all the things that you need to live in a place. He has there where he is. And then I have our house and our kids and our family and our groceries and our bills here. So it was getting pretty pricey, but I also wanted to start building a house. So I knew, like, what is something that I could do? I didn't have to work, but what is something that I could do to make money online? And I was driving to go see him one day. I remember exactly where I was. And somebody posted in a group. Yes, I read my phone in a Facebook group driving down the road. And it was talking about transaction coordinating. Fast forward, I called all of my friends that are in real estate. And I'm like, is this really a thing? Like, do people really pay for this service? And they're like, yeah, why didn't I think about it? So that is how I led up to transaction coordinating. That's a little bit of my past story. And I am so excited that I landed on this, but I jumped in 100%. I immediately, after friends told me that people were legit making money as a transaction coordinator, I listened to every YouTube video, which that was 3 years ago. There really wasn't much out there. I try to find every YouTube video. I try to join every Facebook group. I tried to listen to podcasts. Like, I mean, I was trying everything to plug in. I had found a course, which there wasn't much at the time. I found a course. I dived in. It was a self-study course. I bought the course, spent over $500. I dived in and I watched every video. I mean, like I told you, when I go, I'm going to go all in. So I went all in. I watched all the videos, and then I wrote the course creator and I was like, now what? Like, you told me that I need to build out these checklists. Here are some sample ones. Here are some sample email templates. Like, everything was just simple and just basic for my brain. My brain is very black and white. I wanted you to say, go do X, Y, Z. This is how you do it. This is what your day looks like. I mean, I knew the concept of what a TC did, and I knew that I needed to have these checklists and all that. But honestly, how was I going to market myself to a busy real estate agent who needs me and tell her, let me help you with your business? I can help you. I can take all that stress off of you. But really, can you tell me how to do it? Like, here I just paid $500, but I was still unsure of literally, like, what is it that I'm doing? There was nothing out there that really dive in and said, look, you need to find your contract. These are what it means in the contract. This is what you have to do. This is how you have to get set up. These are some softwares that you can use. Here's ideas on how to market. I mean, it's just like the course that I took barely just brushed across all of that. I still had so many questions, but I wasn't going to give up. I dived in. I reached out to so many agents offering my services for free. Look, can someone just walk me through the actual process of a transaction? When are these dates? How often should I be emailing people? Who do I email? There's so many, like, who is who? Like, escrow officer is also your closer. It's also your title rep. Like, there's so many names involved. You have the buyer side, you have the seller side. Some people call the buyer's agent the seller's agent, but yet it's really the listing agent. So there's so much to go into a transaction coordinator and really knowing the process from start to finish. And I was so lucky. I came in contact with a girl, still friends with her today, love her dearly. And she's always my go-to if I ever have a question, because let me tell you, real estate, I have agents that reach out to me, even though they're the agents, because nothing is ever the same in real estate. There's always hiccups that come along the way. So I trained with her. I helped her. She was growing her company. It was pretty much known at the beginning that I didn't know how long I would stay, but I knew that this industry was amazing. I wanted to learn it, succeed, and teach it. And I have officially done that. I left her company January of 2022. Yes. I finished out 2021 with her. And then 2022, this year, I believe, I need to go back and check that. I officially was like on my own. I was no longer going to work for her. She was taking her business to a different place that I wasn't ready for. Not ready for, but it didn't fit into my lifestyle because I wanted to be home with my kids more. And it was going to involve me pretty much being on the computer 8 to 5, which is amazing that you get to create when you're an independent TC. You get to figure out when you want to be on your computer and when you want to work. So I left her company, and I really was still just trying to make a little bit of extra money, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500 a month. I was happy with. I was just going to put it in savings, help support me and my family, to getting that huge down payment that you have to have when you buy a house. We were just going to feed our savings account with what I made just to make things easier, right? Well, fast forward to September of 20, no, we're in 22 right now. So it was 2021 is when I left and started my own. September of 2021, my husband got laid off. So I then became the breadwinner. Like he was still working for a smaller company, but he definitely was not bringing in the income that he was making on the road. So I was like, Lord, what am I going to do? Like, what are we going to do? How are we going to live our life? How are we going to, all of our money that I've had, it's going to run out really fast. And now we're not going to be able to build a house. And I was like spiraling down. And I stopped myself and I was like, you're holding gold in your hand. You can do this. So in September, I started really looking to grow my business, and I started praying about it. And 7 agents, like out of nowhere, that have either worked with me on prior transactions or they were friends of referrals, they just fell in my lap and my business took off. In March of 2022, I was full on, and in real estate, there's always ups and downs. Some months are really good, and some months might be a little bit lower, but they're going to make up for it the next month. So there's always ups and downs. And I go over that in my course, teaching people how to prepare for things like that. But in March, I hit my first $11,000. I was just shy of $12,000 in my business. As a non-educated, when I say that, I didn't go to college. I did do a trade school, and I worked in the orthodontic world for a little bit, fixing kids' teeth. And I loved it, but I had never made $12,000. So I knew at that point. So then I was like, I knew I was bringing on people to work for me. I have 2 girls that work on my company with me. We are still growing and launching still growing and marketing ourselves to agents. But then I started my YouTube channel, and people started reaching out to me and like very interested in this industry. And I knew that I wanted to teach it to people. So that is where this YouTube channel has come from. I just want to pour into people. I want to teach them the industry. There's not much out there really. There's more today than there was, and are a few more courses, but it's really hard to find them. And none of them really teach you like the ins and the outs. Like, what does your day really look like? How do you start, and how do you successfully launch your business to where you get clients and attract them confidently? So that is my mission here on my channel. So I would love to connect with you. I meant to ask questions to you. It's so hard. I'm not your professional YouTuber, so I forget to ask questions. So I would love if you have any questions below, like specific questions that you would like to know about maybe my journey. I homeschool my kids. I'm married to my husband of 2 years now. I run my agency. I also coach people and homeschool my kids. Like, I do it all. I like to tell my husband, I'm the wife, I'm the mother, I'm the business owner of 2 businesses, and I'm the handyman because he works on the road. So he's hardly ever home. So I would love to connect with you. I would love to build that relationship with you. I love making friends. I have so many friends all over the world, outside of the United States, inside the United States, inside my state, which is Texas. So I would just love to connect with you. Drop any comments or questions that you might have below. And just a reminder, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this, and hit that little bell so you can get that little reminder notification every time I post a new video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I love and wish you the best.